Hey guys, I'm Ethan Moore from Stockroom Supply. Eric stopped in and he brought in some epoxy pieces he had made from his scroll saw cutoffs. And these are going to be, I think, coasters or wall art or things like that. But something that I get quite often is guys that want to sand epoxy. So I figured this will be a good opportunity to show you what the Flatmaster will do with epoxy. Now, the really cool thing about the Flatmaster, and a lot of you guys already know this if you've seen it before, is the drum is set below the table. I don't have a straight edge here, but that drum is below the table. When that drum spins, it's on Velcro, so that sandpaper, you got to hook it a loop, will lift off ever so slightly. So you've always got an air gap between the sandpaper and the drum, so you make very, very little heat, which is a really cool thing when I'm trying to sand paint or I'm trying to sand glue, or if I'm trying to sand epoxy. It makes very little heat, so you're not going to melt anything here, and it's not going to, unlike a lot of other sanders, get epoxy and resin all over the sandpaper here. So I'm actually using quite a fine grit. This is a 180 grit. Definitely a no-no on a belt sander or an overhead drum sander, but I'll show you what the Flatmaster can do here. So I chose quite a dark epoxy. This is a brown epoxy, just to make sure that you guys can see. If there was any loading on the sandpaper, you would definitely see it here. Now, this was cut off with a bandsaw. You can see some bandsaw marks here. So really, ideally, I would start with like 100 grit, and then I would go down to a finer grit. But just to show you guys in the video, just to show you that you don't have to worry about the sandpaper loading up, I started with a fine grit here. So let me finish this off, and then I'll show you the finished product here. Okay, so we got that sanded out. We got all our bandsaw marks out here. Now the really cool thing is the different hardnesses of woods that are in here. There's lots of different kinds of woods. They're all the exact same level. This is a nice flat piece now, and no loading at all on the drum. So if you are sanding epoxy, not a big deal. You can definitely do it with the Flatmaster sander here, with a fine grit even if you want, without having to worry about loading or burning on your piece here. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If anybody else has any questions, you can email me at info@stockroomsupply.com or comment on the video. Thanks for watching.